My speech is going to be about NFL news currently happening right now in the headlines. Sports overall is a popular topic in American news, no matter if it's baseball, basketball, or volleyball. However, American football is probably the most well-known sport in America and one of the most popular topics in American news. The reason why is because football is physical, fast-paced, and seasonal, which makes fans eager to want to watch their favorite team win and to be entertained. Football's popularity and success skyrocketed due to the devotion of the game and the fact that they're all-day events and how balanced the teams are compared to other sports. What makes the NFL so popular and balanced is what goes on during the offseason. Free agency, trading, and drafting, or the NFL draft during the offseason, is what makes the NFL so popular in the headlines or in the news headlines. It gets people excited to see what decision their team makes during the offseason because it can determine how well their team will be or will do next season. Personally, my next door neighbor, his name's Aaron Ripkowski, and he used to play for the Green Bay Packers. And he told me about how the NFL runs their organization and how they manage free agency, trading, and the draft. And he was a fullback for Green Bay. Let's think for a second how important and valuable football is to Americans. Football can teach hard work, discipline, and can teach you to be consistent, which can go a long way and help you achieve your goals in life. I'm going to talk about the biggest moves the NFL have made so far in the headlines this year. Starting off with the most popular topic talked about in the NFL, which is free agency. Free agency is the most popular topic in the NFL because it is one of the most important methods to build a championship quality roster. Also critical in terms of filling in the needs to help push a team be successful. For example, in 2010, the Giants signed Antrel Rolle during the free agency, and he helped lead the Giants to a Super Bowl win in the 2011 season, playing along with Eli Manning, which was their quarterback. Eli Manning was the quarterback at the time. But Antrel Rolle, he was a defensive back. The biggest news happening right now in the free agency is Aaron Rodgers is rumored to sign with the New York Jets. That's only if the Jets can agree to trade the first round pick to the Green Bay Packers. So once they do that, most likely Aaron will sign with Rodgers will sign with the Jets. The Dolphins signed Jalen Ramsey to a multi-million-dollar contract, and also my favorite team, the Buffalo Bills, signed former Super Bowl winner from the Rams, Taylor Rapp, hoping to repeat a Super Bowl journey with the Bills, and by joining two All-Pros to help the Bills be successful, he will be joining forces with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. And also, for instance, the San Francisco 49ers re-signed Nick Bosa to a $30 million contract. As you can see, free agency is very unique and complex. In relation to the importance of free agency, trading is also one of the most important factors, or one of the important factors to the NFL, because it can determine what picks the teams get in the draft. Trades happen in the NFL because the game is based around salary cap. For instance, if Team A is paying a player $5 million guaranteed with no bonuses, then Team B will have to pay the same amount if they trade for a player or for that player, unless they renegotiate a new contract with the new player after the trade. The biggest trades that have happened so far this year is the Baltimore Ravens picked up a trade and signed Odell Beckham Jr., a one-year deal worth $18 million. The Tennessee Titans signed defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons to a four-year mega deal worth $94 million after their trade, and the New York Giants trade and acquired tight end star Darren Waller, and they signed him a $1 million contract as well, or a multi-million-dollar contract. Trading makes a big impact in the NFL because depending on who you trade and or sign also determines what draft pick they receive. Either it's an early or a late round draft pick in the NFL draft. In addition, the draft is also important in the news. The NFL draft is important because the draft is when potential rookies are about to get inducted into the NFL, and depending how well they did in the combine and college will determine their spot in the draft. The draft is composed of 7 rounds and can last up to days depending how smoothly everything goes. It also gives teams the opportunity to infuse their roster with new talent. Some rookies will provide an instant boost to the team's performance. Rookies may even help their team go to the playoffs. The top 3 draft talks currently in the news right now is the Panthers are predicted to sign, the Panthers are predicted to get the first pick in the NFL draft. They are predicted to draft C.J. Stroud, a quarterback from Ohio State, an excellent QB who's an accurate pocket passer and has mobility when needed. He can also be a running quarterback. The Texans are predicted to receive the second pick in the draft. They are predicted to draft Alabama quarterback Bryce Young, which makes 3 former Alabama stars to join the Texans roster, if you also count Christian Harris and John Mechie. The Colts are predicted to receive the 3rd pick in the draft. They are predicted to draft Florida University quarterback Anthony Richardson. He is the Josh Allen of this year's draft. He's got great height, great athleticism. He possesses an overall passing and rushing skill set that is good. As we can clearly see, these top 3 factors is what makes the NFL popular in the news and a successful organization. The 3 factors, free agency, trading, and drafting, or the draft, can dictate how good a team is going to be next season and help bring a team a championship and success. With all the facts stated, football is clearly the most popular sport topic currently in American news. Football gets people excited for next season. Fans see what players get drafted, and they also see who their team signs or trades, and fans also see they can dictate, depending how they do in the offseason, how successful their team's going to be next year. Finally, I want y'all to think about today of how football is important to American culture and what makes the NFL popular in the news. So with everything said, did you learn something new about the NFL that you didn't know?